In today's news, the British Virgin Islands is officially open for tourism, and today we are joined by the NOUVEAU ROYALE group, who actually won a Caribbean competition representing the BVI.
And the TV Lettsome Airport officially reopens with World Class CIP Lounge, and the BVIAA Welcome Centre is near completion. All this and so much more when 284 News returns.
The win! Oh!
What are the hell?
I'm freaking out!
Is time.
284 News
coming to you live and direct from the beautiful British Virgin Islands.
What's poppin', what's really good, what's happening, what's up?
Davis has won it for the Lakers!
Welcome, everyone. It is the 1st of December 2020, a beautiful month, of course. Looking forward to all that it has to bring right here in the beautiful British Virgin Islands out of 284 Media. My name is Javon Wilson.
And I am Kyla Kenesha Forbes. Of course, we are happy to just be here to bring you all the content that we have. Of course, today is a special day as we mark December 1st. And Javon, December 1st does not just mark the start of a new month. Of course, we're looking forward to Christmas and the ham and the turkey. But besides that, it is a new dawn for the BVI as the territory opens its borders for tourism.
Yes.
Now, after just approximately 8 months of closure for tourism, the BVI will finally welcome tourists back to our shores. And I definitely think that that is something to celebrate.
Absolutely.
And of course, our Premier, Honorable Andrew A. Foy, has a special visitors for you, our visitors. Let's take a watch.
As Premier of these beautiful British Virgin Islands, we are delighted to welcome you with BVI love to our home. Our small cluster of islands with secluded anchorages, splendid beaches, world-class marine industry, and favorable trade winds has combined to earn us the reputation of the sailing capital of the world. After a brief hiatus to preserve the health and safety of all residents and guests, our magnificent archipelago has reopened and has re-emerged to showcase even more stunning, pristine land and seascapes. But more significant, as a people emerging from recent adversity, we have shown resilience and returned to our core values, which we call BVI Love. BVI Love is a mantra that unites not only the people of the territory, but resonates through all the sectors of the economy and the various aspects of our lives. We love our British Virgin Islands, and we invite you to love this territory too. In fact, we know that many of our loyal guests have had a lifetime love affair with the BVI, and first-time guests quickly embrace us as well. I'm pleased to say that we have a renewed focus on showcasing authentic experiences in the British Virgin Islands.
So that was our Premier of the Virgin Islands, Honorable Andrew A. Foy, really speaking to the beauty, Kyla, and the dynamic elements that speaks to our tourism products. And I really do think that, even for us who live in the BVI, I think it's so exciting. It makes you just want to get out and experience the product. And I'm sure it will be very enticing for our incoming tourists
Most
as well.
definitely.
Now, added to that, last night at the reopening ceremony, the Premier of the Virgin Islands also mentioned that while we have just about 100 tourists coming in today, for the month of December, we could expect just about 1,000 persons based on our projections. And added to that, viewers, for our headlines, NOUVEAU ROYALE is also in studio joining us live. They've dominated on the Caribbean stage. and we're so excited to speak with them. Now, to kick off our newscast today, yesterday the territory witnessed the official reopening ceremony of the Terrence B. International Airport to welcome tourists and residents beginning today, December 1st, 2020. It was quite an impressive segue into what persons are calling the official bounce back of the territory's tourism industry in the midst of this pandemic. Now, viewers, we caught up with the Premier of the Virgin Islands, Honorable Andrew A. Foy, who spoke to the experience and also what's to come. Listening. Quite an accomplishment for the BVI as we welcome guests back to the territory. How does it feel to finally be in this place?
It feels good. Most of the residents still have concerns, not about the reopening, but about what the reopening potentially brings. But I want to rest assured that all the precautionary health protocols have been put in place. So that even in the eventuality that we do get a case, God forbid, that it will be one in which will be in a contained area, so that we do not have to worry about community spread. But COVID-19 is fluid, so we have done all that's humanly possible. We'll continue to monitor and continue to readjust as we go along. We had to open at some time. It's never going to be the right time with COVID-19.
Right.
So we're just going to do our best. Tomorrow is December 1st, and it's one in which we have been informed that it's just about 106 passengers due in tomorrow.
Okay.
So we have the new visitors welcoming center that's have been recently built. It still has some finishing touches, but it allows for us to do more spacing to passengers with the COVID-19 era, and a testing facility that's right there as soon as you land, because you have to come already with a negative PCR test, and when you do land you have to immediately do a test, and it also has to be negative. If it's not negative, then we'll have to quarantine you. The vacation is over.
Okay.
And if it is negative, then you go in the quarantine for the 4 days.
Okay.
And on the 4th day when you are tested, if it is negative, then you're free to move around, whether you're a resident or a visitor. And if it's not positive, then because you are quarantined, we'll have to continue to quarantine you for so much more days and go through all the different measures to make sure that you're safe. So that's providing that you come positive, you're tested positive, your results are positive. So all the measures that could be put in place have been put in place.
Now, viewers, the managing director of the BVI Airport, Mr. Clive Smith, also spoke to the newly commissioned World Class CIP Lounge, which will afford some tourists a fast-tracked testing as well as immigration process, of course, in a safe and classy and socially distanced manner. Kyla, Mr. Smith is also very confident that we, as a territory, are very ready. Listening. Hello viewers, we are here with the Managing Director of the BVI Airport, Mr. Clive Smith, who spoke so eloquently to the reopening ceremony, but more importantly to the CIP Lounge that will be right here at the airport, already commissioned as a matter of fact, to welcome tourists back in a safe manner. Clive Smith, first of all, congratulations on a successful launch. Tell us, how are you feeling today, especially knowing that tomorrow we welcome visitors back to the territory?
And we're excited. We're extremely excited to have our guests come back. And we're extremely excited to offer the products that we are now bringing on stream to not just tourists but locals alike.
All right. Now, speaking to the CIP Lounge, which is based on what we've seen, very impressive. Just speak to us about some of the features persons can expect and, of course, where they can access those features online.
Okay, those features will be accessed on our website at BVIAA.com. Some of the features include curbside service, so valet parking, like some of the ministers would have experienced tonight. Guests into the lounge do not actually have to stand in the security line. They're actually directed through an alternative route. So the CIP Lounge basically eases the stresses of travel for those that want a bit more experience.
Okay. It seems somewhat like a VIP experience. Do you think, would you consider that?
Yes, it is a VIP experience.
Okay. All right, and in general, as it relates to protocols, I mean, tomorrow is a big day for the BVI. Do you think we are ready? I know we've said it a million times tonight, but genuinely, are we ready for this?
We are ready for this. The team, the board of directors, the management and staff of the Airports Authority has worked hand in hand with industry partners. We're now working along with ACI to make us a COVID accredited facility. So there are a number of protocols and measures that we have in place to ensure that we are able to protect our traveling public and our employees as well.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Viewers, that was the Managing Director of the BVIAA Airports, Mr. Clive Smith. Thank you. Kyla, I was so thoroughly impressed with not only the delivery of the content at the opening ceremony, but also the efficiency and I guess how well designed the CIP Lounge was for incoming tourists. And I think beyond COVID-19, this will definitely be a plus for the territory and a really good revenue generator as well. So I'm very happy to see that despite the fact that COVID-19 is a very fluid situation and we have responded in very different ways to COVID-19 when we think about the health aspect as well as the economy, the one thing that we could look at for sure and be proud of is this establishment at the BVI Airport.
Most definitely. I think, Javon, at the end of the day, I think when we look at our international airport, I think it's been needing this attention for quite some time, and we're definitely happy to see it now. Yes, amidst COVID-19, but it was definitely necessary.
Yeah.
Most definitely. Now, viewers, the CIP Lounge offers so much, as Javon just said, and this CIP Lounge also has a conference room area. Now, this space is filled with technological advancements that caters to corporate executives that are interested in the space to do business upon their arrival into the territory. Now, just last evening, we caught up with the Premier of the Virgin Islands, Honorable Andrew A. Foy, which gave us an exclusive tour of this space. Let's take a watch.
This is our conference room. A lot of clients who have their own jets used to fly in and want to do certain documents that they have to do in person, or certain hours they would have to put in person with coming due to certain regulations. So they don't want to stay long. They just want to come and do their business and leave. So what we did is created a conference room that they can rent and do what they have to do without even leaving the airport. So this commercially important person will allow for you to do all your businesses in here. You can come and rent the room. You will have all the technology you need. It's fully tech savvy, this whole room. And then when you're finished, you just leave. You pay for it beforehand. It's a great revenue maker, this little conference room here for our clients, especially those high-end that have their own jets, etc. And also, as you will see, the whole room, we paid attention to the details. The board, BVIAA Airports Authority board, that have been put in place, doing well in Mr. Clive Smith. And we also make sure we have the BVIAA flag out there, up in the roof, so that this room can make some revenue for us. Great addition.
So viewers, you have seen exclusively what this conference room looks like. And as you were saying, Javon, just the fact that this lounge can be a revenue maker for the territory is definitely a plus, an amazing space, and can make us money.
Absolutely, and I think as BVI landers, as residents of the territory, we couldn't be more proud of the Premier and his government on this new initiative, and of course all the stakeholders who play a critical role in ensuring that it manifested.
Most definitely.
Viewers, still ahead of the break, the BVI is now projecting over 1,000 tourists to visit the territory in December, and the Welcome Centre is almost completed. All that and so much more when 284 News returns.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.
Viewers, welcome back to 284 News. Now, in preparation of the reopening of our borders, the government of the Virgin Islands and the BVIAA Airports Authority worked diligently to make sure that the proper facilities were constructed to ensure the smooth processing of our visitors and residents, of course, upon their arrival at the Terrence B. Lettsome International Airport. Now, viewers, you will see a video that will be played on the screen of this new Welcome Centre. Now, just last evening, we had the pleasure of touring the Welcome Centre that is currently being constructed on the premises of the TB Lettsome International Airport. This facility was built to minimize and eliminate the spread of COVID-19, of course. In the video, the viewers, the building is still being constructed, and at about 8 p.m. last evening, the workers were still working feverishly to complete this building just in time for our visitors. We proceeded with the tour with Mrs. Lydia Rubain Sinclair, which led the tour, showing us the entrance where travelers have to be checked by a COVID-19 detector, which will check one's temperature and make sure the traveler is wearing a mask upon entering this facility. The traveler will then proceed to an area where they will receive their tracking device bracelet. The travelers will then proceed to seating until called by the BVI Health Services professional, Javon. This is a huge facility for persons to be distanced and seated comfortably as they are waited to be served by a BVI Health Services professional. Then will be tested for COVID-19, of course. Then this COVID-19 center is built with special ventilation capabilities. The vents within the building removes the air and replace it with fresh air ever so often, which of course, Siobhan, is very important within such a facility. The traveler will then leave the building and proceed down a corridor which will lead them to the rear of a building and over to the TB Lettsome terminal, where they will then be checked by immigration and customs. Now, Javon, acting managing director of the BVIAA Airports Authority, mentioned that the Welcome Center is 98% completed. It also revealed that the building of the Welcome Center commenced construction in late October, approximately 5 weeks ago. The building will be fully completed within a week's time. Now, Javon, just last night we previewed what this space would really look like, and it's very high tech, and we can promise our viewers that when this facility is finished, we will be showing them what inside of that looks like. But I think it's just, as we said before, just like the CIP Lounge, just definitely great work.
Absolutely. Like the Premier said last night, I think it was built second to none. Based on what they're saying as well, we have 4 testing stations and we have the capacity to seat about 70 persons. And I think that really speaks to our ability to house as much persons as possible, especially being that traffic at the airport is an ongoing thing. We want to ensure that, like you said, everybody is socially distant and everybody is definitely safe. So kudos on this accomplishment as well to the government of the Virgin Islands.
But also, one thing that the BVI Airports Authority and our government make sure of is that flights are adequately spaced out, so these facilities can be cleaned thoroughly between flights. So that is definitely important as well.
Absolutely. Now, viewers, based on the projections coming up from the local industry stakeholders as well, over 1,000 tourists are now scheduled to visit the territory within the month of December. Now, this was based on comments made by the Premier of the Virgin Islands at the official reopening ceremony at the Terrence B. International Airport just last night. So listen in. All right, you did mention over 100 passengers slated for tomorrow, the first 24 hours. But based on your conversations with stakeholders and industry professionals and so on, what does the numbers look like coming in, at least for the first week into the second week?
Well, the numbers they are projecting just about within a month's time. We're looking at about a little over 1,000 persons.
Okay.
That's what they're projecting for December overall, both the marine and the land. And with the marine, those who are going out on boats, you would know that they will be quarantined to the boats, although they will be allowed to sail in some what we call secured areas that would not have any kind of interaction with anyone for the 4 days. And then after that, they will come for testing. We're also going to have many more testing areas on Tortola, in the Justin Dykes area, and Gada and Virgin Gorda. So you don't have to all come right back into Tortola to do testing. So we try to think on all the areas that you could possibly think of. And we have had cooperation from all facets of government. The Health Emergency Operating Center team with the Ministry of Health, the Minister of Health, Honorable Carl Malone, has done a fabulous job. When you compare us to the rest of the world, you have to say thank God for the job that he and his team and the cabinet and the government and all our members have done, because it's been a trying time. Continues to be. It's not over. We're not out of the woods, but we're moving with God's help as cautious as we could be. And we do have room to celebrate, because today is the end of the hurricane season, as we said, and God bless us, because we could not take, the Lord know, a hurricane plus COVID-19.
Right.
So we have a lot to thank God for, but we still have to be vigilant. We have to make sure that we do not let anyone compromise our health protocols, because once we do that, we put everyone's life at risk.
So Kyla, just in speaking with the Premier, we're learning that the industry is not, at least they know what to expect. One of the concerns we had prior to opening the borders, was the fact that we might not have the capacity to host the numbers that we're accustomed to hosting in the month of December, especially for persons coming down from the United States. Here we see the Premier saying we have quite a moderate number, which speaks to the fact that we'll be able to control the situation once they arrive here.
I think, Javon, as they repeated last night, I think we are ready. I think we welcome all our visitors to come to the BVI, because the BVI is ready to serve you. And I think all of these videos really and truly encompasses this and show that the BVI is ready and open for business.
Viewers, we're going to go to a quick commercial break, but once we come back, we are live again with the NOUVEAU ROYALE dancers. They actually dominated the Caribbean stage, repping the BVI flag high, and we're so excited to speak to them, so stick with us.
Father Jesus, that line here long like church service.
Alright, you enjoy the rest of it then. Next customer line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come, yes, Sonny.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy. Over there. You must have cut fun topic.
It's okay, I'll take care of it.
What? No man to take care of me.
How may I assist you?
Yes.
You want top of power?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top of power?
Viewers, welcome back to 284 News. Now, at 284 Media, we just absolutely love hosting persons who are doing really well on the local scene, but regionally and internationally as well. And today we have the honor of hosting the team from NOUVEAU ROYALE, who actually happened to win a Caribbean competition recently. Now, viewers, in studio with us is Mr. Che Pemberton, who of course will be speaking to that experience. But we also have Miss Shavani Karan, 15-year-old, as well as Chanicia Pinnock, 12 years old. Viewers, welcome. And of course, Che, Shavani, Chanicia, welcome to 284 Media.
Thank you, Javon.
All right, so Che, of course, we're stepping into your world. This has been you from the time we've known you. Just speak to us about this competition in specific, and what would have attracted NOUVEAU ROYALE to be a part of it?
Okay, so this competition that happened over the weekend, it was a regional Caribbean competition hosted by the company that's called EVP Dance Company. It's out of Trinidad.
Okay.
And it's a regional company that's getting more recognition through the region. I'm also a part of the executive team, so I'm a regional director with the company.
Okay, so you're representing the BVI, man.
Yeah.
Big
So
time.
BVI representative.
I love it.
And then I just reached out to various dance schools with this initiative and see who would like to enter in it. And NOUVEAU ROYALE entered in both competitions, which was the adult competition as well as the junior competition, which they have just emerged on top.
All right, so I'm speaking to Letitia. I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. Lakeisha. She mentioned that she actually saw this on your timeline, and I really love that she took the opportunity to be a part of it, because oftentimes when we look at regional and international competitions, we think it's above us. So it's really refreshing to see us stepping up really and being a part of these competitions.
Yeah, she jumped on from the beginning. She said, "What's this? How can I find out about it?" And I just gave her the information, and she was front and center.
Awesome. Now, Shivani and Chanicia, I am so happy to be hosting you, young prodigies in dance, of course. First of all, let me say congratulations to the both of you for being a part of this competition. Yay? All right, so just tell us a little bit about what that experience was like. We could start with you, Shivani. How long have you been dancing, and why was it important for you to be a part of this?
I've been dancing from the age of 3, and like our quote for NOUVEAU ROYALE, I like to dance to express and not to impress. And it was a bit difficult. The dance experience was a bit difficult because Miss Lakeisha and Miss Natisha keep asking us to do the dance over and over and over.
Yes, perfection is important. You have to perfect it, right?
Yes.
Excellent. Now, Chanicia, tell us about your experience.
My experience, as Shivani said, it was a bit difficult. Miss Lakeisha and Miss Natisha had to tell us over and over and over to do it again. And I have been dancing since I was a little girl. Everybody was like, do you see that girl? Oh my gosh, she is that. Oh my gosh. I've been dancing so young, and to be dancing now, it's just amazing. I love dancing.
Of course, and of course you're representing the BVI too. Did you guys feel pressured knowing that you're representing the British Virgin Islands in the region? Was that like intense for you? Just knowing that you have to represent the entire territory? Was that difficult?
No, not really.
All right, so you were just confident that you would be able to pull this off. Tell us, when you got the news that you won the competition, how did that make you feel?
I felt very excited and happy, like all our hard work paid off. Like, I was very happy.
All right, and generally, because I mean, I want to be a dancer, but I'm not a dancer, clearly. I'm sure a lot of hard work goes into this. How long do you guys, like, how many hours do you have to train? Is this something that you do daily?
Well, we don't really do it daily, but we do it like good enough. Like the time is good enough. So,
okay. Yeah. All right. So as it relates to dancing in general, what would you like to say to other young people, especially now that you are ambassadors for the territory? What do you want to say to other young people who might want to take up dancing? What would be your advice to them?
My advice to them would be to never give up. Always believe in yourself. And do stuff to the best of your ability.
Absolutely. You want to go ahead, sweetheart?
Yes. I would say if you have a goal and you want to achieve it, never stop. If you have a goal, keep going for that goal. No one is stopping you.
I love it. Oh my God, so well spoken. Thank you guys so much, and congratulations again. Now, before we go, Che, clearly we have transitioned into a time where everything is virtual now. Yeah. Was that a difficulty hosting this competition virtually, and did it present any challenges?
No, well, the competition was pre-recorded. So we had already taken into consideration certain things. So it wasn't like a live competition. All the entrants were allowed to pre-record their dance, which gave them a unique opportunity for editing and just creating a whole new form of style of videos. So just taking that into consideration, it was done via Zoom, and all of the competitors, we just entered and watched the videos together.
All right.
The judges were international, and we all watched it together, and the judges entered their scores, and BVI came out.
All right, so we are just out of time, but before we go, salsa is now on Wednesdays where?
Oh yeah, we're at Club Diplomat now.
Club Diplomat. Viewers, if you want to come out in salsa, of course, you can come out on Wednesdays, 7:30 p.m.?
7:30.
7:30 p.m. And of course, be sure to support these girls from NOUVEAU ROYALE. That is all the time we have for today, but I want to thank you so much for joining us and making it 284 News. And of course, you can join us again tomorrow. My name is Javon Wilson, and on behalf of my colleague and I, thank you so much for joining us.